Hello and welcome back to another video on the JJ Think Tank. In this one I want to cover the thought of Dio Platonis, and he is a content creator on YouTube, obviously, and he's got a lot of interesting ideas actually. So I've recently watched a few of his videos. Not the ones when he's playing video games. No offense, Dio Platonis. Don't take this personally, but I think you should create content based on your ideas, yes, and thoughts, because I think you've got a lot to offer, a lot of interesting ideas, and I think we agree on many issues. So I'd just like to listen again to your video here and perhaps discuss the matter further. Share my ideas, my thoughts, where I agree, where I disagree, and yes, we'll see what happens. Yes, afterwards. So let me just play this.
A video for a fellow content creator named JJ Think Tank, or JJ's Think Tank, I think. I don't remember what it is specifically, but something like that. He asked basically what was the idea behind my perspective, not-for-profit, cooperative, social dashboard system, or technologies system. And essentially what it would be is a combination of barter and trade that eventually will be powered by cryptocurrency.
So yes, here straight away, I definitely agree. We need some decentralized form of finance, because finance is a weapon, yes? Finance, the control of money, the issue of credit, etc. It can be weaponized, yes, to reduce the sovereignty of nations and ultimately their people. So straight away, I agree.
And operated through transparent community banks
Transparent.
Or credit unions.
Exactly, things have to be transparent. We need to know what's going on. Because at the moment, this all operates in the shadows. These financial industries, they need to be transparent. They need to be regulated.
That also double as marketplaces, wherein people can go buy bulk goods to make products with, like wheat, corn, vegetables, fruits. And these would have warehouses attached to them that...
So this is an interesting thought, because I've been thinking about this recently, perhaps from a different angle, Dio Platonis. So I've been thinking about this from the angle of the peasant, yes? The role that the peasant has in society, the farmer, yes? Or the farmer, the peasant. The man that's tied to the land, yes? Because this is... I think this is the most important social class, the farmer, yes, because without the farmers we don't have real food, yes, and their power needs to be respected. And so I'll talk here about Poland. I think it's relevant. So I think there are plans in place to destroy the Polish farming industry. So there's this new EU deal called Mercosur, and basically this will transfer a lot of power to these multinational corporations, and the food of Europe, Poland, yes, will be imported from Latin America, yes. And I don't think this is a good thing, even for Europe and for Poland, because the control of your food supply, it's a source of sovereignty, yes, and you don't want this to be kind of devolved into some supranational entity, yes. So again, here I agree with Dio Platonis. We need greater regionalism and greater localism. So I think where I disagree with Dio Platonis, this is where I disagree with him, because I think he believes we can radically shift to localized anarchism, where every individual can become an anarchist. But I don't think he sees the importance of the nation state, nationalism. I think is still important. The idea of the nation is a real thing. I mean, I would argue the nation is more real than than this phone I have in my hand right now. I mean, okay, I can't see the nation. Yes, I can't pinpoint exactly where the nation is, but it's more real than just an object I see here. So here, maybe Dio Platonis disagrees. I don't know exactly. Does he believe in America? Is he for America, against America? Does he believe in the idea of America, what America represents? Because I think America is a real nation, yes. Because later on, I think Dioplatonis he believes that we can achieve a post-political, post-ideological world order, whereas I think this is not yet possible. I don't think this is possible yet, but I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Maybe Dioplatonis is right. We'll see. I guess the future will tell us. Yes.
Maintain the inventory and are equipped to, preserve these products themselves for a greater revenue on their side of the business. Well, I say revenue, but the idea of this is essentially to phase out fiat currency in favor of less commodified economics.
Fiat currency, definitely, yes. So we need to get rid of fiat currency. I mean, fiat currency is a joke. It's not covered by anything, and it's just it's used as a weapon, pretty much, because it causes inflation and all these problems. Yes.
It's a pragmatic approach to the anarchist ideology, wherein it's prefigurative, non-violent revolution. But then
Now here, to be honest, I don't know. Maybe here Dio Platonis is operating on a very abstract level. I don't know. I can't comment. To be honest, I can't comment exactly now at this moment in time. Maybe it's possible.
furthermore, it's also got library economies, so people can operate their own libraries out of their homes, out of their sheds. Any number of designs would work. It could be a specialized building that houses tools for a community. That would be that would be property of the commons rather than owned by an individual as well. Then also education about all different political ideologies and political identities in a post-political way. So it's post-ideological way also. And that's only part of it. That's just an aspect of it. And,
Here I'm not. You see. Here I'm not. I'm not too sure. I don't know. I don't know. Can we overcome politics? Can we overcome ideology? I'm not too sure, to be honest. I mean, power is a part of our universe, unfortunately, and politics is just an element of life. Yes, I mean, maybe Dio Platonis is true, maybe, but here I would argue that we just need better diplomats. This is the issue. We just need better diplomats, people who can speak in multiple languages, that can negotiate and allow different countries to reach a compromise. This is my solution, really. I don't think this radical anarchism is necessary here, or not even necessary. It's not really relevant here, I believe. This is just my interpretation. Yes, it was the thoughts that popped up into my mind.
The suggested reading section would be anarchist. It would be directly linking to the anarchist library, but also other like affinity group ideologies such as egoism, Trotskyism, or the more moderate centrism.
So I haven't read Trotsky. I mean, for me, Trotsky was a bit of a dodgy guy. Obviously, ecoism, the environment is important, definitely. I mean, I see a massive difference when I'm in nature. Yes, when I'm in a real forest, it has an impact on your brain, your mental health. So obviously nature is very important. We need to preserve our nature. We need to make sure that we're planting trees, yes, not just cutting them all down. So obviously in Lord of the Rings we've got this Mordor and this evil force that is just trying to cut down all the bloody trees, not replacing them. So obviously here I agree with Dio Platonis. And centrism, I don't know exactly what that is in the anarchic movement, in an anarchist movement.
And political analysis of, say, Napoleon Bonaparte as the utmost centrist, through his and a pioneer of intelligence operations and secret society-based intelligence operations through his utilization of the Freemasons. That's one.
So obviously Napoleon, he was the Nietzschean ideal. And obviously we're all looking for this new Napoleon. And here I agree with Dio Platonis. Yes, I believe in this great men theory of history that an individual man can change the course of history. And I agree here with Dio Platonis. Someone like this maybe will appear soon, possibly. Who knows, yes?
An example of the kind of literature that you could find, I think would be an interesting read on such a website or application. Then, furthermore, there would be a gift-giving section. So, the Burning Man model, you give what you can, you receive what you need. And then,
so I guess this is quite a Christian idea, yes? You give something without expecting anything in return, yes? This is quite a Christian idea, gift-giving, a gift-giving economy. And I've heard some thoughts about this from other thinkers. Gift-giving economy, something about giving the gift, yes? I think Dugin talks about this. So Alexander Dugin, a Russian philosopher, very important philosopher, I believe. I rate him. I rate Dugin. I think he's a great philosopher. And it's somebody we should listen to because he can shed a lot of light on our current reality.
Like just broad general education rather than just political education. One sec. Oh, time bank.
Yeah, so here again I agree with Dio Platonis. The education system is getting worse overall. It's a tool for molding citizens to make them obedient, right, to the state, etc., and to the current regime. I think there is some truth to this, but then at the same time, I think we have to work with what we've got. We can't just reject everything. I mean, one of my sisters, for example, she's a teacher. She's a maths teacher, and she's a great teacher. She's intelligent. And I think sometimes the problem are the students. Yes, it's not the system and the education system and the teachers. The problems are the students. The problem is the students. Yes.
Farmers market, education, and resource, directories for your local area, so that you can more easily get the regulation and permitting required to sell goods that you've manufactured or, grown yourself in your garden or your farm.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I don't think there's really anything else, but there might be a few other things that I'm not thinking of at this moment that could apply to this as well. There would probably be a ranking system and a vetting system for vendors and buyers as well, so that you can more effectively, basically have a community-based social credit system within the network. It wouldn't be similar, like China has a fledgling, barely social credit system, and the idea of a social credit is really much more about time banking than anything. How much time do you devote? Oh, hey, Mom. How much time do you devote to the community and serving other people as a volunteer-based, active service.
So here, yeah, a few thoughts came into my mind as I listened to this passage. And so one, yes, the Chinese social credit system. A lot of people criticize it, that it restricts people's freedoms, that they're under control, etc. But then at the same time, I guess it can bring a lot of harmony. Yes, dodgy people, etc. They can't really cause damage. Yes, they can't cause this chaos. So this is a difficult one. Obviously, it depends. Yeah, I guess the crux of the issue is who controls this social credit system, right? Do the people control it more? Or is it a state citizen model? Yes, or is it just the state and a few power hungry madmen? I guess this is the crux of the issue, right? And so then Dioplatonis said something about. You said something about timing, yes. So maybe I'm misinterpreting his thought here, but he said something about timing, timing and banking, yes. So I think this can be quite. This is my thought. This is what I think. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what he said, but I think he alludes to the idea that money will eventually expire if you don't use it after a certain period of time. I think this is dangerous. We don't want this. We don't want this level of control. We want to have control over our finances. We don't if we don't want to spend it, we don't want to spend it. We shouldn't be forced to spend it within 24 hours or 7 days, etc. So here, I don't know. Maybe I misinterpreted what Dio Platonis is saying. But yes, this came into my mind. And then yes, in general, yes, we have to support local farmers. Of course, I agree here. This is necessary because with no farmers, no food.
I'm trying to think what else I could say about it. Oh yeah, also a ledger system to track the value and valuation of the goods that are bartered and traded, so that if one person gives more than they receive, or receives more than they give, that will be taxable income for the government to avoid any kind of lack of transparency issues. This project would be open source, so that other people can replicate it and federate in a legal revolution. Yeah, I mean it's fascinating stuff. I think the idea has real great potential, and it's the kind of thing that, like, money is something that is both real and fake, and abstract, and as a fiat currency works, it's based on the backing of a nation state, right, and the violence of that nation state.
Exactly.
So what happens when?
Exactly, brilliant thought there, Dioplatonis. Thank you. Very, 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 very nice thought because I'm reading about this as well actually at the moment. Michel Foucault, The Order of Things. Obviously, Michel Foucault is a controversial figure. He's a bit dodgy. So, for example, he promoted paedophilia. Yes. So, I mean, obviously, here I disagree with him. But he also I judged him. Yes. I said nah, Foucault dodgy. I'll never read him. But then I gave him a chance recently. I started reading this book, and it's a brilliant book. Wow, I mean, this is a brilliant book. It's very abstract, but it goes into these issues, Dioplatonis. So it talks about money, about exchanging. So there's this chapter about exchanging that I think you will like. Yes, this is linked to what you were talking about. So let me just go to the beginning here. Exchanging, yes. Chapter 6, exchanging. The analysis of wealth. And how it talks exactly about what you were talking about how money is fake and real at the same time. So it's a paradox, isn't it? Really, because what is money really? It's kind of trust in the future, right? Trust in the future that everything will be okay in a sense. And as you alluded to, some nation states they can make violence on other nations to accept this money. Yes, so obviously America comes to mind here. I mean, America is causing all this chaos everywhere the Anglosphere, let's be honest, it's causing a lot of chaos in order to try to save the dollar. And a lot of countries are having enough of this, and they're moving away from the dollar. They're accepting the BRICS model. So we'll see what happens.
Money becomes decommodified. What happens when people say, "Give me the goods," give me the stuff I want. Don't give me this dollar bill.
It's funny.
Pretty interesting. And I take inspiration from Andrew Yang and his universal basic income idea, as well as Milton Friedman and his negative income tax for this program, but cutting out the middleman between the automation industry and the cybernetics industry and the consumer. And basically just, using the tools that are in our hands to convince people to get off their butts and do stuff. Or to be on their butts and to do valuable stuff. That is...
Yes, so here, again, I want to share my thoughts. I don't know much about UBI. I don't know yet if I'm for or against, but I'm definitely against the middleman. So here I agree with Dioplatonis. The middleman is... We need to cut out the middleman as much as possible, because the middleman, they raise the prices of things, yes, unnecessarily, to the detriment of the consumer and the producer. So I agree here. I also agree... What else did Dioplatonis say? Sorry, I've just forgot. Let's repeat my... I've suddenly forgotten.
Using the tools that are in our hands to...
Okay, I remember now. Yes, so here, when Dioplatonis said this, I thought about all the jobs. So a lot of these jobs, they're just worthless jobs. People pretend to work, and they pretend to pay us. There's this thought, right? There's, I think, this famous line, yes? A lot of these jobs, they're fake jobs. They're gonna be replaced anyway. They're gonna go soon, right? So... I mean, this isn't a bad process, really. And this automation could be a good thing for us. It's just, again, as Dioplatonis alludes to, it needs to be regulated, and the citizens have to be in charge, yes? We can't be enslaved.
Convince people to get off their butts and do stuff. Or to be on their butts and to do valuable stuff. That is enjoyable for them or others, So, all work, no play, or all play, no work. You got to do both at once, man. You got to do both at once.
Yeah, no, obviously, obviously, there's that famous line. What is it? All work and no play makes Jim a dull boy or something like this. What's the famous? All work and no play makes Jack. Okay, makes. Okay, yeah, yes. Become both bored and boring. Yes. So yes, I agree here. Obviously, we need to have a work-life balance, and I went through this period of time in my life when I worked too much, and it affected definitely my mental health. I was frustrated because I felt like I didn't have the time to pursue my interests, my real hobbies, etc. Yes, so definitely Dioplatonis is right. We need both. We need to play and we need to work.
Even if it's not like the greatest content ever, you can enjoy yourself playing a video game or make some kind of visionary economic system and enterprise. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, the reason why it would be a cooperative that operates and qualifies as a 501c3 nonprofit in the U.S. is because it would be, or not-for-profit business, is that it would have the primary goal of serving underserviced and underprivileged communities that are suffering from K-shaped economy and the shadow depression.
So yes, this is a worldwide process. This is a worldwide process. Certain regions of the world are suffering because a lot of the wealth is starting to be concentrated in these mega cities, right? Like London, New York, Moscow, Beijing, I guess, right? I think in general there is this process, and it seems like they want to force us to live in these mega cities. And it's not healthy to live in these mega cities. I don't want to live in a mega city. I will never, as long as I live, I'll keep trying to not live in a mega city because it's much better for your mental health to move out and live in a smaller city, in the suburbs or perhaps in a small town. I definitely noticed this, and I recently was in London again, and I was in the underground, and it's just no, it's not the place for me. Just all that congestion, all the chaos and everything. Yeah. And yes, so I mean, in every country we can see this process where there's a poorer area and a wealthier area, right? And so when we think of England, for example, the north of England is getting poorer and poorer. All the industry's gone, everything. We've got all these boarded up shops, boarded up high streets across the north, and it's not a good process, is it?
It's basically, how would I put it? People going their own way as a community. Communities going their own way, separate from the global capitalist and status systems, and living out the international anarchy through actual political anarchy that is post-political and post-ideological, as I said. I don't think that...
But here's I don't know, this is a paradox, or I think Dioplatonis is kind of contradicting himself because he's saying it's a political movement, but then it's post-political. I think he needs to clarify here. I mean, in general, I agree with him here, and I made a video about this, so you can watch the video where I state my position. Multipolar, what was it? Anti-systemic, multipolar humanist. That's kind of my position, my kind of political position. And by extension, kind of philosophical position. But it refers more to my political position because I agree with Dugin and other multipolarists that we need a multipolar world. Yes, we need different centers of power, which will bring more regionalism and more prosperity to a greater number of people. Yes, so yes, I definitely agree here with Dio Platonis. But can we escape politics and ideology? I'm not 100% sure. I don't think we can. I don't think we will. Again, here I would suggest just the fact that we need better diplomats, yes, and more transparency. This would solve a lot of issues on the national and international level.
If there's anything else to really say, I'm kind of repeating myself at this point, but I feel like it's important to stress certain things about it because it's not ideologically Mott and Bailey. You know, it's open to all individuals that want to partake, but with certain rules of engagement and policies and such, and protocols.
So yes, that was the end of. Let's just.
Mott and Bailey. You know, it's open to all individuals that want to partake.
Yeah, so obviously this is a global movement. Really, we all need to get involved, and we all can make an impact. I think a lot of people a lot of people underestimate the impact that they can have on the environment. Yes, they think low of themselves and they don't try to make an impact. I mean, we need to try. Ultimately, it's better to try and fail than not to try at all. So So yes, yeah, a brilliant video by Dio Platonis. I listen to some of his videos sometimes. I don't listen to the video games. Sorry, Dio Platonis. Here, I disagree with you about the video games. Personally, I think they're a waste of time. I used to play video games as a teenager. I liked playing video games, but I haven't played for I don't know, 12 years, I think, something like this. 12 years. I think I stopped playing when I was 20 years old, something like this. But no, it's your life, so you do what you want. Obviously, I'm not lecturing you. So yes, that's the video where about Dioplatonis, yes, and his thoughts. So interesting, definitely interesting. About anarchism, and there are some principles of anarchism that I definitely agree with, but I just don't know if we can totally do away with the state, yes, and the police, etc. I don't know. I don't know. I think we still need some limited form of government that is transparent. Obviously, we need to know what's going on. Yes, we need greater regionalism, greater localism. So yes, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to Dio Platonis. I think he's got some interesting content, definitely. A lot of interesting ideas and thoughts. And you should subscribe to his channel. If you like the video, consider subscribing to my channel as well. It will help me, grow this channel of mine and spread more vital information. That I think will help a lot of people out there and make a positive change in this world. So that's the end of my video. Thank you for listening. If you're still listening now, I really appreciate it. Appreciate you spending your time here on the JJ Think Tank. And that's all for today. Thank you.